restarted my machine because there was some issue with the mouse, the cursor, it was not at all moving. Just a second, let it load. Okay. So we were talking about how to configure an aspect using XML instead of annotation. We have commented these annotations related to aspects. Instead, I'll use XML now. Okay. EOP as EOP config is the element which is used for that purpose. Yes. Now here you got aspect element which is equivalent to aspect annotation. Okay, it is equivalent to aspect annotation. And here, you have to configure the details about the bean which you're using as an aspect. So which bean is the aspect bean here? Which string bean you want to configure it as an aspect? Earlier we used annotation to configure the bean as an aspect, right? So which bean is the aspect bean here? Which bean is the aspect bean here? Log aspect, right? So you have to configure it as an aspect here using this element aspect. That's it. Log aspect is aspect bean here. In the log aspect, you got advice method called as log method, and basically this is a throws advice, right? So you have to configure the details here. EOP, you want to use the throws advice, right? Throws advice. Yes. Here you see for the throws advice, we'll be using this element after throwing. Just now earlier we have used annotation called as @ after throwing, right? So here you see, instead of using this annotation after throwing, we'll use this element after throwing. And here this method attribute is used to configure the advice method. So which method you want to use it as an advice method? Which method is the advice method here? Yes. Which method is the advice method? You have to register that advice method here. Yes. Which method is the advice method? Log, which method is advice method? Advice method means the method which contains the advice code. Okay. Which method contains the advice method? Yes. Log. No. The method name is log method. You see, in this log method, you got the advice code. Okay. Hope you people got it. Now, you will configure this method as the advice method here. Okay. Yes. Log method. That's it. You will configure this method as the advice method. Yes. Next, here you want to apply the advice code which is defined in this method to which method. What is the target method here? The target method details, you see, we can configure them. Sorry, just a second. The target method details, we can configure them using this point cut expression. So earlier we used point cut expressions, right? So the same point cut expressions, you'll use them here. You see? So the advice code which is defined in this log method. So you want to apply that advice code to which method? So you'll copy this point cut expression as this. And here now you see, because it's throws advice, the method, the log method, it takes a parameter, right? It basically takes a parameter here. Yes. Okay. It takes a parameter. So what's your question? Method name can be, no, yes, it is case sensitive, definitely. Java is definitely case sensitive. Okay, yes. Method names are case sensitive here. Now, here because it's a throws advice, we got one additional parameter called as exception, which we have to register, right? So earlier we registered using throwing attribute. Here in the XML also we have that attribute. Throwing equal to exception. That's it. Okay, you can do it. Okay, so this way we'll configure the advice. Yes. Now what if I won't apply before advice? This is after throwing, right? So in that case, you'll find the element called as before. You have to modify the method accordingly also, okay? So what is the method? Log method. So in an aspect, you can have multiple advice methods. Each method you can apply for a particular type of advice. Point cut, and you configure the expression details. It won't work as of now because we have added the additional parameter type, exception type, right? So before advice, you should not have it. Similarly, for after returning, okay, for around advice also, you have the methods appropriately here. Okay, so this way we can use XML to configure the details. Hope you people got it, right? So any doubts or issues? Okay, so from tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll be explaining you people how to apply this advice. Okay, yes. Okay, from the next class, we'll see how to use this advice code. Okay, yes, fine. So I'll stop it here today. I have a request. Please make sure that you join the meeting as soon as possible once you get the link. Okay, please don't wait for a long time. Please make sure that you people join the meeting as soon as possible. Okay, yeah, because we can spend more time here. Yes. Okay, fine. Thank you. So meet you tomorrow at the same time.